All right, hey, what's up, everybody? It's Mike Lindsley back with you. 9 minutes with me on IGTV, Facebook, and YouTube. And I've been talking about these guys for a long time, and I brought in David from Sit Means Sit Syracuse to tell you a little bit about this place. And as you can see in the background, they're doing some of their training here as well. A proud supporter of the ML Sports Platter. Don't forget to get here. All dogs, breeds, behaviors, you name it. We're going to get into a little bit right here with David. And first of all, welcome to the program. Welcome to the show. And thanks so much for your support. And you know how much I love working with you and the pups here are just tremendous. There's a few now getting some training sessions. So for people who have maybe thought about it, tell them why they need to get in here.
So for us, we start everybody out with a free consultation, and for us that just allows us to kind of meet not only them but the dog and kind of figure out which out of our programs is going to be the most beneficial for them. One of our more popular programs is our day train program. That's what's happening right here. So essentially you drop the dog off in the morning, we work with them throughout the day, and then they pick up that same day. We do a lesson when they pick up.
Okay.
And we do 3 weeks like that, 1 day a week for 3 weeks, so 3 Fridays, for example.
Great.
Dogs are in pretty darn good shape after that.
Yeah, no doubt. And then obviously the owner comes in, and then they get some experience.
You got
with
it.
as well.
Yep.
Okay.
So they get a full lesson at pickup. So they're here for about an hour each lesson.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. And I know you came on the podcast not too long ago, and I'll tell you, pretty soon I'm just going to turn it right over to David because he's just a media pro. But one of the things that you brought up, and I said it in the beginning, all dogs, all behaviors, all breeds, that's a big deal.
It is, and I don't want to restrict anybody. And for a lot of places, we are, they start out as puppies with us. For other people, we're kind of their last resort, and it's either us or they either have to put the dog down or get rid of the dog, and so we don't want to turn those people away, and we do what we can to help them out.
Well, you're taking a little bit of a trip. You're going to be back in a week or so, and we've got a great thing to tease here. I'm going to come back in probably the beginning of March, and we're going to do a long form of this. It's going to be Facebook Live. We're going to go for probably about 30, 45 minutes, who knows how long, but we're going to do a lot more in terms of showing you this place and what great things that it can bring you and your pup. And of course, the life improves immensely with you guys for both parties. I think that's an important thing to think about.
Yeah, for sure. Nobody gets a dog to be stressed out by him all the time, right?
Yeah, you want to bring joy to your life, so
exactly.
Why do anything else? All right, quick hit here. All over social media, you guys have got a great platform. You've got a website. Why don't we tell the listeners about that and the viewers about that?
So the website is syracuse.sitmeansit.com. You can reach us on the phone, 437-DOGS. And we're on Instagram and Facebook as well. So.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate it. And again,
Sounds
David
good.
from Sit Means Sit Syracuse. Get here. They're a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. All the great different dogs in here, and they're having a ball, David.
Yeah,
they have a ball. Look at it. All right. Appreciate it, man. And I'm just going to continue on here with my video, 9 minutes with Mike Lindsley, of course, all over IGTV, Facebook, and on YouTube. Again, it's all brought to you by Sit Means Sit Syracuse. Here, you got to bring your pup in here. They do an amazing job training all breeds, all behaviors, all dogs. Get here, of course, syracuse.sitmeansit.com. So I want to power rank a little bit 5 teams in spring training. All we've been doing is talking about the Houston Astros. That's all we've been doing. But talking about the scandal, the sign stealing, what's next, who's going to get this, players coming out and talking, Mike Trout, Aaron Judge, and Cody Bellinger. I thought today we would simply talk baseball, God forbid. And I think as we are in spring training and some of the games get started for the 2020 season, I think the number one team in Major League Baseball is the LA Dodgers. I don't think there's any question about it. You had Mookie Betts, you had David Price, a guy who could have won the World Series MVP in 2018. You look at that lineup from the left side, from the right side, they've got depth, they've got balance, they've got versatility, they've got aces in terms of Walker Buehler and company. I know that they had to give up Kenta Maeda in that deal to get Mookie Betts, but I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. They've got an unbelievable rotation, and Clayton Kershaw isn't the old Clayton Kershaw, but he's still a guy who you can put in the middle of the rotation. You go Walker Buehler, you can go Hyunjin Ryu, you can go Clayton Kershaw, and then they've got some back-end guys. And remember, Andrew Friedman has not given up the entire farm system. When you get Mookie Betts, when you get Manny Machado in separate deals to try and finally get over the hump and win a World Series, the bottom line with this team right now, they haven't given up the Gavin Luxes. They haven't given up guys in AA and AAA. The Dodgers are loaded. There are some questions in terms of the bullpen. Maybe an injury or two here or there could hurt them, but let's be honest. Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger, Justin Turner, they've got a potpourri of guys who can kill you from the lineup. They've got speed. They've got pretty much everything. The LA Dodgers are the best team in baseball, I think, in terms of spring training power rankings. I've got number 2. I got the Washington Nationals. They're the champs until they get knocked down. You talk about Max Scherzer. You talk about Steven Strasburg. You talk about Patrick Corbin. You talk about Anibal Sanchez. And the bullpen was a lot better last year as well. And you've got the incredible talent of Juan Soto. leading the way for this ball club. You bring back Howie Kendrick. They've got a bunch of great players. They got a lot of good young players. Victor Robles is going to be a really good. I think he's going to improve this year at the plate a lot. He's got to absolutely, positively learn how to hit the changeup a little bit better. But I got the Washington Nationals. You're the champs until you get knocked off. The third best team in baseball, I think, is the New York Yankees, although they've got some major problems, again, with injuries. You've got to be kidding me with this team with injuries. They just revamped the entire training and conditioning staff, and yet here we go again. Luis Severino shut down with a forearm tightness. You've got James Paxton recovering from the back surgery. Aaron Judge has got a little bit of an achy shoulder. When does it ever end with the Yankees? It doesn't seem to matter who's in there in terms of the trainers and the conditioning people. This thing is endless, and you might have to lean on a Devi Garcia, Jonathan Loaizaga, Jordan Montgomery, or whoever to plug those holes until some guys get back. Hopefully it's not serious for Luis Severino, but the Yankees, under Brian Cashman, have built incredible organizational depth, and so therefore they might be able to get through the first couple months of the season with some of these injuries. And don't forget, of course, that the AL East is way down. Baltimore is going to struggle. I think Toronto's going to be solid. The Rays will be very good, but the Red Sox should be down as well. Maybe the Yankees will have the leeway of playing in a weaker AL across the board, and they'll still be able to get it done in the regular season. The goal is still to get home field advantage for the Yankees and try to get to the World Series no matter how many injuries they have. That's the ultimate goal. Still have a lot of talent. You got Judge, you got Gleyber Torres, you got Giancarlo Stanton, you're going to get Aaron Hicks back from injury and the Tommy John and all that sort of thing. You've got Gary Sanchez, but the Yankees with these injuries, it's unbelievable. They go into the season with the best bullpen again in Major League Baseball with Chapman and Canely and Ottavino and Chad Green and all those type of players. Jonathan Holder, who needs to have a better year than he did last year, but the injuries are a major concern for sure. But I've got them number 3 because I think the Nationals and the Dodgers deserve to be a little bit ahead of the Yankees. In terms of number 4, I'm going to go Atlanta Braves. This team brings back a ton of their players from last year, and they're led by Ronald Acuna Jr., who I think is going to be a multiple MVP guy and a Hall of Famer, by the way, if he stays healthy by the time he's done. A lot of talent in Atlanta, a lot of pitching, a lot of speed, a lot of great defense. I'm going to go Atlanta number 4. And then at number 5, I'm going to take the Minnesota Twins. This team had another unbelievable season. Remember the offseason last year when they brought in guys like Marwin Gonzalez? I know he was a part of that Astros cheating ring and the like, but he's still a very, very good player who had a great postseason. Well, all they did this year is sign Josh Donaldson and pick up Kenta Maeda in that trade that sent Mookie Betts out to Los Angeles to play for the Dodgers. This Twins team is extremely dangerous. The Indians are down a little bit. Don't be surprised if Cleveland just completely blows the whole thing wide open, trades Francisco Lindor, which I think would be a sad day. I know they're trying to work on a long-term deal, but to me, I just don't know if they can cough up the $30 to $35 million a year for Francisco Lindor. I've got the Minnesota Twins at number 5. They've got a ton of pitching with Berrios and with Kenta Maeda. You add Josh Donaldson to an already very good lineup with Miguel Sano. You can move Sano to first base, which is a big deal. You've got Byron Buxton, who seems to be having a very, very good, steady 5-tool situation on, and his health is going to be important as well. I think the Twins are actually going to win the AL Central in 2020. So I'm going to go Dodgers, Nationals, Yankees, Braves, and Twins for my top 5 power rankings in Major League Baseball this spring. Can't wait to get the games out there on the field and something else to talk about besides the sign-stealing scandal. I'm Mike Lindsley. It's 9 minutes with me here from Sit Means Sit Syracuse. Make sure if you're in and around Central New York, you've got your special pup. Improve the lifestyle with both your dog and you. Bring your dog here for the specialized #1 training in Central New York. And of course, any dog, any breed, any behavior, bring them here. Get the right training, get your consultation today, and visit them online at syracuse.sitmeansit.com and all over the social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. David and his team are doing an awesome job. You see the pups behind me. They are getting world-class training here at Sit Means Sit Syracuse, a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. Hit me on Twitter at Mike L Sports. It's 9 minutes with me all over Facebook, IGTV, and of course, YouTube. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.